Tip number 1 is gun selection.
And that is sliding around corners.
So the next tip that we're going to talk about
Number 3 is going
awareness.
to be reload
The habit
canceling.
of
Now,
using
basically,
side lanes
inside
is
COD
also
Mobile,
important.
another
As soon as a
tip
match
is your
starts in any
physical
game mode,
skill.
you have
This
forward
is
gear.
really
When
important.
closing
This
range is also
to be
very
free.
important.
And what I
Having
mean by
good
this is
Now, there are hundreds of videos on YouTube and guides on the internet telling you how to improve at COD Mobile. However, after checking out some of these videos and guides, it left me a little bit empty. We are told things such as
use score streaks at the right time.
sliding around corners.
Use guns that are at the top of the tier list.
but these are more like little tips and tricks, and while they are useful, I feel like it simply isn't enough. As someone who has been playing COD Mobile before it even released globally, and mobile shooters for over 5 years, I understand how frustrating it is when you feel like your progress has stagnated and you aren't getting any better. I'm not talking about tips and tricks. Today, I'm giving you the real information, the secret sauce on how you can truly become a better player in COD Mobile as well as video games in general. The first thing you need to be doing is warming up, not just in-game, but in real life too. Before playing ranked matches, you should hop into the training room and public matches and practice your aim and your movement. There are a ton of COD Mobile warm-up drills on YouTube, so you can check those out. But even before that, there are many things you can do in real life that will help you play better. First off, make sure you eat something so that you don't feel hungry while playing, as an empty stomach can be irritating and cause you to make bad decisions in-game. In addition, you should be drinking water and hydrating, and even having a water bottle next to you while you play is beneficial. One thing I always do, even before I warm up in-game, is to stretch all areas of my hand, such as my fingers and wrists. This allows me to make more precise movements. Do not neglect the importance of stretching. Another lesser-known tip is to wash your hands and clean your screen even between games, as this will remove all the sweat and grime. This way, your fingers will glide across the screen and lead to smoother aim. You can also use finger sleeves, as these will reduce any friction between your fingers and the screen. And definitely the most important thing you need to do before you get on the game is to take care of everything you need to in real life. Don't be playing if you have chores or homework, because then mid-game you won't be able to concentrate because you're sitting there playing video games when you have an assignment due the very next day. Up next, we have pride and patience. There are two types of players. The prideful player runs all over the map trying to get kills only to die over and over again. This leads to a bruised pride, where they will continue to run around the map for kills, desperately trying to get their KD ratio to be positive, all while neglecting simple tactics such as pre-aiming, watching spawns, and checking corners. Does this sound familiar? I know I used to be like this. Meanwhile, the patient player understands the importance of information and strategy. He checks the map, seeing where his teammates and enemies are. He moves around the map with intent and purpose, checking every head glitch and every corner in case there's someone there. And he is often able to get several kills in a row, allowing him to put up score streaks that will help his teammates out. I remember when I started learning the importance of patience in COD Mobile, and nowadays I'm usually top 3 on my team with the highest KD in the entire match. So swallow your pride, become more patient, and you will end up seeing better results. After that, you should be trying to replicate success. You want to get better at the game, but how exactly do you do that? Well, why not turn to the pros and analyze their gameplay? Try to understand what they do and why they do it. What are they doing when they go on crazy streaks? What causes them to get killed? For example, I analyzed iFerg's 2 nukes in one game video, and there's a lot I can say about his gameplay, but in short, he holds the positions that give him access to the most amount of kills, such as the tower and near enemy spawns, and he also moves around the map with intent, trying his best not to get killed. He knows he needs to play slow and strategic, because if he dies, it's all over. And this goes for everything in life. Want to get better at football or soccer? Watch Messi play. Want to improve at basketball? Check out LeBron's games. Want to become an entrepreneur one day? Analyze people like Elon Musk and Steve Jobs. In short, look to those who have done what you want to do. Now, not only should you watch the pros play, but you should also watch yourself play. Record your games, watch them back, and analyze them just as you did when watching the pros. Where did you play well? Where did you mess up? Oftentimes we make mistakes in game, but we can't analyze them because we need to respawn and get back into the action. Watching your gameplay allows you to go really in depth and replay every moment of your game, so you can discover where you fall short, and then you can work on those areas to become a better player. Then there is practice. After watching your gameplay and taking note of your strengths and weaknesses, you can now go and work on on them. While playing actual games is more fun, it's worth using that time to learn new skills and develop your current ones. Let's say you are really good at movement and close range fights, but your accuracy at longer ranges isn't as good. You should then go and still practice your movement and close range fights to keep them sharp, but you should then go and put more of your focus into your mid and long range accuracy. The training room is your best friend. Keep practicing what you are good at, but practice what you aren't good at even more. And finally, we come to undoubtedly the most important, but definitely the most difficult way to improve at the game, which is none other than your game sense. It's simple, really. Improve your game sense and you'll improve at the game. Except it's not really that simple. Of course, having good game sense will make you better at the game, but the question is, how can you even develop your game sense? Well, there's no better way than just playing the game. The more you play the game, the more you will understand how the game works. You begin to build up an intuition, and all your decisions in-game, from your movements to your aim, becomes subconscious. It happens without you even thinking. Eventually, you will develop your game sense so far that you will ascend to a higher plane of focus called the flow state. Also known as being in the zone, everything comes together and allows you to play at your best level. Your movement is fluid, your aim is sharp, and your awareness is wide. The flow state is a difficult condition to get into. It can only be achieved with utmost focus resulting from factors inside and outside of the game, while a monk trains and meditates for years in the mountains to reach true enlightenment. You must put in the time, hone your abilities, and improve your focus. This is the highest form of gameplay, and is what you must strive for in order to reach your fullest potential and truly become a better player.